Hey Fank fans, it's Kate coming to you with our first video update from the Fank Art fan page. I am the head of the B team, so I'm sure you've seen all my status updates. Most recently on Brian's next album, Simple and Grey, which we are all so excited about. Ourselves and Brian included. He has been waiting years to do this, and he's working with some amazing musicians, so we're so excited. He's excited. Primary tracking dates are the middle of March, so yeah, by spring, summer we should have the new album out, and it's going to rock your faces off. So this is the first time we've done a video update. I'm really excited about the possibility of kind of engaging with you more face to face, or at least my face to your screen a little bit. I just wanted to introduce myself and give you some background on how I met Brian and how I got to head up the B team. I met Brian about 6 years ago when Imperfect Man debuted. I was 17, 18. I'm dating myself a little bit, but still dating myself is pretty young, so that's rad. So I stumbled across Imperfect Man, his CD, and it was just the first album I needed to listen to on pretty much a daily basis. The only other album I had really listened to that regularly wasn't so much like a human connectivity thing as much as it was I'm driving and I want a car dance. There was a lot of car dancing to the first artist that I listened to. I always say he was the first artist that I wanted to listen to every day, and Brian was the first one I needed to listen to every day because I was craving the human connection that he brought and the accessibility. And Imperfect Man was the first album that I felt like I was looking in the mirror, that I was listening to someone sing songs about me and not about themselves, or how they broke up with someone, or how they're in love with someone and how they're different, even though they're all the same. So it was the first thing that I ever really felt connected to. And after stumbling upon the album, I went to see Brian live. I saw him at the Bitter End because that was the first place I was able to see him at the age of 18. Everywhere else he was playing before that had been 21 and over, and I was so hungry to go see him live and so excited. I went into the city by myself, absolutely terrified. I went to school in Jersey at Seton Hall, and I went alone because no one would go with me, and I just said, screw it, I'm going. I've been waiting way too long for this. I don't know when he's going to be playing another 18+ venue. I'm going. I didn't know how subways worked. I figured it out. I got there and I was just blown away from the beginning. He played the first couple of chords to Tuesday Morning, and it was like he was playing in my living room and not even on a stage anymore. And that was the first time I kind of had that experience. And it just, through the whole performance, there was just this electricity that was in my bones and was palpable in the room, and it was just boiling over. And I think it's a huge credit to how well Brian performs live, and that I loved his live performance as much as the CD, if not more. So I, like any real music fan, started following him around to concerts, which is just a polite way of saying I was really kind of stalking him from what I think is a respectful distance. You'd have to ask him how weird I was, like on a scale of 1 to weird, how weird I was. I was like a weird and a half. I'm sure I was totally creepy, but I would go to all the shows I could, and then once I turned 21, I just went to all the shows. And he took so much time to get to know me as a person, and I went into school wanting to go into communications, into sports broadcasting initially, and then I fell in love with public relations and the idea of artist development and where that could take me. And so when Brian found that out, he asked me if I wanted to head up the B team, which I graciously accepted. I was so excited. It was to be involved with the person that that one album that just changed your life was such an amazing opportunity, and I'm so glad to be here. And now I'm talking to you guys and saying the word way too much in an awkward video, and I couldn't be happier about it. So ready for this next album. Wanted to thank you guys for all your support so far. It's amazing the feedback we're getting. It's so positive. And I just couldn't be more thrilled, and things are cooking, things are heating up right now. And it's just been such an interesting landscape, from people finding him through the show Memphis, from when he goes on as Huey, very, very, very visible understudy, over 100 performances as the lead, and that people like me who have been following him since Imperfect Man or latching on later, it's been such an interesting experience to hear stories of how Brian's affected people and through which avenues he's affected people and how they became fans. It's just a lot of crossover, and it's been just really interesting to find out what people are connecting to and how they're connecting to it. And just the scope that he has and the amount of talent that he has, which is great. And I hope you guys are sharing the good news. I hope you get to make it out to shows when you can, and I hope you invite everyone to be a Facebook fan on Facebook. I know that when I first heard Brian's album, I think I drove my college roommate pretty nuts. Like, I think she was just like, seriously, Kate, it's a great CD, but there's 12 tracks and you listen to them 100 times a day. Like, please put on, like, at this point she'd be asking for Justin Bieber, anything, just put something on. And I refused, because I just would play it. I think I had a CD player. I think I played it on a CD player. I don't think a Discman. I think those were on the way out, thank God. But so I hope you guys are just as enthusiastic as I was when I first started listening to Brian, and I hope it continues, and I thank you guys so much for everything you guys are doing, coming out to shows, buying the CD, just so much support, so much feedback, and it seems to be mostly positive, so it's a really, really wonderful thing, and I hope you keep it up. And if you ever have any questions for me, contact me at Kate@Brass Monkey Entertainment, Kate @ Brass Monkey Entertainment. And I'm more than happy to respond to you or any questions you have, or if you just want to give your input, tell me what you're excited about, tell me what you're sick of. Glad to hear about both. Mostly the excited stuff. But we'll obviously take everything into consideration, and we all have ears out. So please, please, please keep the feedback rolling, and we're gonna have footage from inside the booth. It's gonna be awesome, and I'm so excited. I keep like using it as this PR mechanism, saying it'll keep you guys engaged, but mostly it's like the fan side of me is just this giant nerd who's super, super excited to go into the booth and hear Brian record. I'm just like blown away that I'm even here right now. But please feel free to reach out and come out to shows. We've got one on Valentine's Day, so you can take your lover or your bitter single self, or your happily single self, or your bitter relationship to see Brian at the National Underground. It's a free show from 8 to 10. That's at the corner of Houston and Allen. Or stop by the D Lounge on February 18th. That's a late night show. Between 11 and midnight he usually goes on, and that's $10 underneath the Daryl Roth Theater in Union Square. So stop on by and keep the fun rolling. We'll hopefully have more video updates like this in the future, and they probably won't be as awkward as this one was, because I said a lot, I feel like, which is really bad. But we will keep you posted. As soon as I know stuff, you guys know stuff. So I'm really excited about this next album, as you've probably seen every other Facebook post says. I'm so pumped! So let us know if you're equally as excited as excited as we are. Hope everybody has a wonderful week, and hope to hear from you soon. Bye!